Hey there, mamas! You are listening to Release Your Inner Power podcast, where we talk about having both me time and being the best mom, sharing stories, encouragement, and tips for taking the steps to release that inner power and that mom guilt. I'm your host, Shauna B. Here we go. One quick thing before we get started. I will be doing a drawing for a fun gift each month. Here are 3 ways to enter. You can email me to share your juicy takeaways, topic ideas you want to hear, or share a story. Share this podcast on social media and tag me with what episode you listened to and what you learned or loved about it. And if you leave a review, you will get 2 entries into the drawing. I will announce the winner the last week of each month. Okay, let's get started. I want to introduce you to somebody that is going to be with us once a month, maybe 2, depending on the month. She is a mama of 5. She's a multiple business owner. She is a magic maker and an amazing person that I'm so lucky to have in my life that I want to share her also with all of you. Here she is, Tasha Brooke. Hello, Tasha. Welcome back. Today, I'm actually super excited because today we're going to dive in a little bit to what Tasha's passionate about, what makes her tick, how she gets her me time in, and then she is going to reveal one of her superpowers, because as moms, we have many superpowers. So I'm excited to see what Tasha is going to share with us today. So how we're going to start is with the question of, what are you passionate about today, Tasha? What makes you tick?
Oh, I feel like I'm on a talk show right now. I love it. Okay, first, thank you for having me on. I love being on. And then as far as your question goes, in short, so much. Like, I love so many things. I literally love life. Like, I am passionate about creating, recognizing, and exploring my own dreams and the dreams of other people. I am a huge, do you want just one answer? Or do you want all the answers? Because you know that I am just passionate about life and so many different things.
Let's see. Give me 2. Give me 2 that come to you like, boom.
Okay. Dreams and pursuing dreams of others. Like, I love my life, my family unit's life, our dreams, and I love encouraging, inspiring, and helping other people achieve their dreams and goals.
So tell me a little bit more about that. Like, when you say love, inspiring, and helping others achieve, recognizing and achieving their goals. Tell me more about that.
Sure. All right. Well, I do that both, personally, just in my own relationships with my family, my friends, my community. And I do that professionally also through Bloom Wilder and Oracle sessions that I offer. So personally, I am your hype girl. I'm number 1 hype girl. This is like self-titled, but also community titled. I love local. So any person that is going after their dreams, wants to make them happen, is putting them into the world, into the universe, manifesting their dreams, I am here for it. If I know you, I see you, I love what you're doing, your product, your, service, I am here for it. And I'm going to shout you from the rooftops just because I love it.
I love that.
And then as far as professionally, when you come to me, you're like, this is what I want to do, or I'm feeling stuck, or, what are the different directions? How can you help me see my greatness? I am all over that through Oracle sessions, which is bringing messages from spirit, using my intuition to help guide you into living your best life, your dream life, accomplishing your dreams big and small, feeling confident to follow your intuition, so that you can literally love your life.
I love that. I love that. I do want to speak to your oracle session that you were talking about. I personally have had more than one sessions with Tasha, and it is so like it's kind of like a different level, and the way that I look at it is like I'm receiving a gift. And like, I would say, probably every single session I've had with you, it makes, like, the hair on my arms stand up sometimes. Like, when I get, like, my gift and my message and that type of thing, it's like, whoa. I don't know how to describe the feeling in words. It's just like my hair stands up. I'm like, what? You know, I call it ears perked a little bit. And I'm just like, ooh, like, tell me more. Like, it's like you want to know more. And then you just have like this awesome gift that you can really feel more clarity with. And sometimes it might not be in that particular exact moment of when you say it. There's been times where it's been like a week later and I'm like, "Ooh," like, there it is, right there, and you're just like, "Wow." It's awesome. I just wanted to say that because it's definitely, like, a palpable feeling when you do your sessions.
Thank you. Thank you for seeing me.
Yeah. So how another question I wanna ask you is, how do you get, like, your me time? So some listeners know a little bit about you. They know, they know that you're a mama. You can speak more to this, but they know a little bit about you and all of the things that you what I call juggling, right? You juggle many things. So can you tell me a little bit, like, give a little bit of background on the listeners that may not know who you are, of what your life kind of encompasses, and then share how you get your me time in and how you recharge for all your people in your life.
Sure, sure, absolutely. So I serve 7 people daily just in my own home, myself, my husband, and my children. And I will start off by saying this is my dream. I have always wanted to grow up, marry my best friend, and have a family. And so in starting with that, I am living my dream and I understand the gift and the responsibility and the priority of caring for my family. If you're a parent, you understand the involvement and the different levels of emotional, physical, mental, and spiritual energy that it takes to raise a family and care for yourself. And then to add on to that, if you are a business owner, so my husband and I own our own tree and excavation service. We've built it from the ground up. It is called Grounded Tree Service. Like, that's a whole nother level of taking care of our family, ourselves, our business, our employees, and then our community. So like, the context of this is I do share my energy a lot. I have a very like, kind of no days off on these priorities in my life, which I am grateful for. Me time is like, the thing that automatically comes to me are my me times that are non-negotiables are the things that I enjoy, that I take time for. So it's going to look different than other people, especially if you're like a self-care, a me time guru. Get out and do these, and you have to do these things every single week, get your hair done or go get a massage, or what are the things that you do for you look different for me. And I think probably because my priorities and my, I guess, priorities are different. My me time is I love reading. Reading is a sanctuary for me, and it feeds my appetite for knowledge and enjoyment. So I read every day, whether I am reading on my phone or I am reading a physical book. I always take the time to read. Like, fuels me and it brings me a lot of enjoyment. I also get outside every day. It's also something that is necessary for me and my health and my happiness. So those are things that I do every single day. Things that are me time but may involve someone else is my husband. So we have a weekly date night because our marriage is important to me, and it's a one-on-one. We are a unit. So going on a weekly date night, although it is important for us and our marriage, it's also really important for me. So that is something else that I do to take me time.
Okay, so I have to say a couple of things on that one. So I think first of all, I commend you for knowing what truly fuels you up, like fills that fire in you. Like you said, reading is your sanctuary, and you know that. Like that is awesome. Sometimes you can get caught up in all of the to-dos, not you specifically, but as women, we can get caught up in all the to-dos and things that we have to do, being a mom and school and activities and all the things, that we forget what actually feels like a sanctuary and fills us up. So I want to commend you for knowing that reading and getting outside are the things that fuel you. The second thing I want to say is that you said the words non-negotiable. That right there is awesome. I just want to say, because that is also a thing. You recognize what you need in your life, right? And then sometimes you're like, oh, well, my kids need this and my husband needs that and the business needs this and da 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 da. Like not you specifically, but in general, right?
Yeah.
And so yeah, like how awesome. Like that is so awesome that you're like, no, this is a non-negotiable, because you fully understand the importance of filling yourself up before you can, like you said, serve 7 people. And I love that that's a non-negotiable for you. That is so awesome. A great job for doing that, and just how you said it. I just love that. I love that. And then the third thing that you said that I really loved was that you said me time that involves somebody else. Like mind blown emoji right there, right? Because why? Because like you said, there's a lot of like self-care and like doing the baths and getting your hair done and going and getting your nails did and like those things. Yeah, those are like those are like, to me, this is me speaking, right? To me, those are like the generalized things that everybody can do, that yes, it's gonna, put a little sparkle on you, and it's gonna like, make you feel good and boost your confidence and stuff. But I think how you said, with going deeper with that, reading is your sanctuary, getting outside, making these things non-negotiable, and how it works for you said it too, like making it work for you. You know what fills you up best, whether it could be sitting in silence for 10 minutes. It could be, I don't even want to make a decision or think about anything for 10 minutes. I just want to listen to music. You want to have your own dance party? Do that. Like whatever that may be, for you to fill yourself up. So you're like, okay, I'm good. I can keep going. But like, it doesn't have to be, like you said, like the regular generalized things, and to go inward and really figure that out. And like, there's so many juicy things with what you said. I just love it. But the thing that with someone else and coming in, because it is important to you because of what you value, and then how you prioritize your values. Like you value showing up full for your family. And so that's why it's a non-negotiable for you to do these things, and for you to have date night, because date night with your husband fills you up and causes the ripple effect, because it is with someone else. Now you are sharing this with your husband, and now you're both filling yourselves up. So now you're both, both doing this, as well as leading, guiding, having an example for 5 other people in your house. Like, hello. It's like amazing all over the place. That is amazing all over the place. I love that. Thank you for sharing all of those things, and I really like the last part a lot. I know I'm emphasizing it, but like the fact that you said me time with someone else, that is totally a thing. And that is so awesome. I'm so glad that you shared that. It can be husband, it can be your best friend, it can be a sibling, it could be a family member, it could be one of your kids. doesn't matter, right? Like what's going to fill you up, and it can be with somebody else. So thank you for sharing that. So I would love it, because as women, and moms, we have many superpowers that we can tap into, but I would love to hear one of your superpowers that you would like to share with us today.
Yes, love superpowers. Okay, so I am proud because I can identify multiple ones. And the one I'm going to go with today is intuition. And it's probably, I'm going to say, like, my favorite one, the one that comes the most easily, consistently, constantly. I'm obsessed with, again, more professionally and personally. It serves me all around. And I'm going to be honest, like, I have a spot on intuition.
I 100% agree with that. But I also know you. You're very good at hearing, knowing, listening, right, to your intuition. Yeah. So can you give me an example maybe of when you say that is your superpower? Can you tell me more about how and why that is your superpower?
Yeah, gosh, there's so many things, like so many stories I would want to share specifically right now. And if I could talk just all at the same time and give all of them to you, I 100% would do that. Girl, how are you going to make me pick just one?
I know, right?
One intuition. One time my intuition served me. Well, I will let you know, this introduction to it is that, like I said, my intuition serves me, and it also serves everyone else when I'm following my intuition. Intuition, very personal, developed relationship, and it actually led me to so many different things and continues to lead me into so many different fruitful endeavors that I could never logically create, plan for, or even attempt to believe it could happen otherwise, if not for my intuition and then following intuition, right? Because hearing it without action does not provide fruitful manifestations of anything. It just becomes an idea or a whisper or something that's told to me that could be possible. And a lot of the times I don't even know what's possible. I just know it's like a yes or it's a no. And the thing about intuition too is you don't always know what you know or end up knowing. You follow your intuition and you become, involved in incredible opportunities, or you follow your intuition and you avoid detrimental circumstances. You might know that you avoided something, or you may never know why your intuition told you to say no, avoid, go the other way, or that it wasn't right for you, or a certain person was or was not correct for you. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Okay. So I'm going to talk about, and this is perfect because you were actually very much involved in this story. So I will keep it as concise and small and short as I can, but it is big time magic. So my husband and I call this the leap of faith. And this was 9 years ago, when we were literally locked into our home because we bought in the height of the market crashed, we couldn't get out of our house, we were underwater in our mortgage, all the things. A lot of people, if you bought during that time, you know what I'm saying. You had a high mortgage, you couldn't sell your house for what you bought it for, you just had to stay there. We just felt very, very stuck for several years. And there was one night where we, and preface to say, we had started to listen to our intuition. And I really am the driving force for that, right? We just said, like, okay, we're done. We don't know how, but show us the way. How can we get out of here? We are ready for so much more, and we don't know how to get there. We're done with this house. We're ready to go somewhere else. We didn't know where we're going. We didn't know what we were doing, but we put it out into the universe and just claimed it as, we are ready. Show us the way. The next day, through Facebook, someone I was an acquaintance with, who I'm now very good friends with years later, was like, we just sold our house and we need somewhere to go. And I called Adam at work, and he doesn't usually answer the phone. This was 9 years ago when we didn't work for ourselves. And I go, hey, so-and-so is looking for a house to live in. Should we just like move out of here? And he was like, yes, tell her, call her, message her, tell her yes. And I'm thinking he's joking. And he was serious. And I'm like, this sounds insane. This is insanity. What? But because I knew he was in his truth, I trusted him in that moment. So I messaged her and I was like, hey, our house just became available. You're welcome to come and check it out. Let us know what you think. I saw your message. She messaged me back and she's like, we don't have anywhere to go. Our house is closing. We need to move out. I know you I've dropped by something you've bought, or I've picked up something from your house one time that you were selling. I've kind of gotten a glimpse and I basically know your style and I think it'll be fine. Yes, So it's like this very crazy, like, I've never seen your house, but yes, I'll go there. And we're like, we don't know where we're going, but yes, you can rent here. They don't even know we don't even have anywhere to go. They're just like, cool, this house is opened up, right? So we start selling everything. And we start packing up our like things that we're definitely going to keep. I mean, we were hard. We were like, if we go and we don't know where we're going, because we didn't know where we were going, if we have to stay in your mom's room, P.S. And by the way, we had 2 kids, 3, 1.5, or I mean, maybe 4, 2, and a 3-month-old, something like that. We had 3 kids. 1 was a newborn. Or like, if we have to live in your mom's upstairs bedroom, like, are we going to need a salt shaker and a toaster? No. Okay, good. Sell it. Get rid of it. And I'm talking like we were just getting rid of everything, right? And I think you had seen specifically, it was like a big Mr. Potato Head with the face and the stuff. And I was telling, and I was so like in the flow of crazed and trusting and excitement of what's going to happen that I even like sold baby clothes, shoes, and items that I needed for my baby, or I thought I needed for my baby because I just had one, but I was like, this is what we're doing. And you're like, hey, are you spring cleaning? Actually, it was springtime, so it did make sense. And I was like, thought about it for a second, like hesitated saying anything. And I was like, no, I feel like I should tell Shauna. And I was like, hey, nobody knows, but we're like actually packing up. We're selling everything. We're putting the rest in storage and we're moving out and somebody's moving into our house. And you're like, oh my God, well, where are you going? And I was like, I don't know. The universe is going to provide. Wherever the universe takes us is where we're going. We're just going. And you're like, my mom's house is empty in town and it's like 3 blocks away. Do you want me to ask her if you can stay there? And I'm just like, that was a moment that I trusted my gut to offer our house to another family, pack up all our stuff, and the trust and the intuition that I felt to share our story with you, because we weren't telling anybody. We didn't even tell our parents. Like, we were just doing this, right? This was between us and like God. But I felt the need to share with you. And we didn't hear back from you or your mom. I remember this. It was like a week and we needed to move out in like 2.5 weeks. It was something crazy. And so we're like, okay, we don't know where we're going, but it's okay. We trust. It's being provided to us. It's being brought to us. We didn't even say it, but we knew it was going to be better than expected, although we were expecting the worst. Like, we were going to live in a room, a family of 4 in his mom's upstairs bedroom. That was what's going to happen until we could figure out where it's to go. And I can't remember if I contacted you or you contacted me, but I was like, hey, what did your mom say? And you're like, oh my God, sorry, I didn't get back to you. Something happened. And yeah, my mom said that you could stay at her house, which was, by the way, better than we could have expected. We were expecting a 1-bedroom in a house sharing, and we got a beautiful house that immediately felt like home, was everything that I need in a home, because home is really important to me. It's bright, it's beautiful, it's got the old vintagey feels, it's my color, like it was even painted seafoam green, which is like my favorite color. And just the timing and everything that worked out and following my intuition was like a great leap of faith, totally paid off in this instance. And everything that became so fruitful because of trusting that crazy move. I mean, we started our business and it got going. We literally were able to spread out our family. We went from a 2-bedroom to a 4-bedroom home, and on and on and on the blessings go, just by following our intuition. But that's a big, huge, doesn't logically make any sense. You don't like leave your home not knowing where you're going, because we packed up and we already promised our house to somebody else before we even knew where we were going. That's not a logical move with a newborn, but it was the right move for us. So
that's awesome, because I know part of the story, but I didn't know that whole story. So that's really cool that you shared that I got the back end of the story 9 years later, or how many years has it been?
It's been almost 9. Yeah, because Layden will be 9 in March.
That's crazy. That's crazy and awesome. I want to back up a little bit though. So your superpower is trusting your intuition. So how did you get there? Like, how did you get to being able to trust your intuition? Because I feel like sometimes you can get stuck in looking at circumstances and situations in the outside world, or what other people think or feel, or what society says, or whatever is supposed to be the thing. And you end up trusting that, which is exactly the opposite of trusting your intuition. So how did you specifically like work on that? Like, how did you specifically work on, like, how could you help someone else understand how they can trust their intuition?
Right. Well, we all have it. That I know for sure. We were all born with that. That's a God-given gift that we all have and have access to. And it is a gift, but it's a natural part of what I believe is a natural part of our makeup. We all have that connection to universe, God, spirit. It can be clouded, it can be not believed in, it can be not listened to, it can be not nurtured, or it can be understood in the sense that this is a gift that I have. It comes in a specific way for me. I can nurture it and I can grow it by listening to it, by trusting myself. My story is a very personal and unique story to me, but I feel like the premise and the root of it is the same for most everyone. It comes down to trusting yourself. No one else can hear your intuition. No one else can feel your intuition, see your intuition, experience your intuition. No one else can do the things that you do through your body. And so it comes down to trusting yourself enough to know and to notice what is happening. I am feeling into how I can share the story in very small parts that are impactful, but I am definitely, like lots of people, perfectionist, rule follower, firstborn daughter, firstborn oldest child, nurturing the rest of the family, like do the good stuff, follow the rules, like be the best, which I also think are natural gifts that like serve me well, but also if they are overused, they are very crushing. So in my younger years, in my youth, like I did not trust myself. I needed to follow the rules, and the rules were whatever were presented to me, right? Whatever is right and wrong, whatever's the way to go. Don't follow your intuition. Don't follow your gut. Like follow the flow, follow the rules, follow what's being set forth for you. This is what society thinks of these people. This is what society thinks of these people. You want to be this kind of a person, not this person, which means you do these things and these things, right? This is the set forth. But the truth of the matter is only you can know what is the appropriate path for you? And I feel like our intuition is our guidepost. Our intuition is our compass, and it comes through uniquely. Some people hear it, some people feel it, some people just have a knowing, some people are sense it. Do you know what I'm saying? These are all
Mhm.
unique things that you can figure out your own unique intuition through experiencing your life and being open to it. But the way that I believe it becomes louder is by trusting yourself. Because if you don't trust yourself, you can't trust that you're, oh, I'm not hearing that properly, or why am I feeling that? Like, you don't trust yourself. When you open up the pathways for trust, you can recognize this is your connection to creator, divine, God, universe, a loving energy that's here for you. And if you can trust that it's coming through you, you can trust this voice or this knowing or this niggle more. And so it came to a point in my life where I really had to confront myself with things that I was not being truthful to myself or trustworthy to myself about how I saw myself. And I had to clear that so that I could deepen a relationship with myself and know that I was worthy of it, and know that I also had this beautiful intuition, because I always knew it was there. And once I did that, trust me, that process was like temporarily painful, but boy, did it explode with a sense of relief through my entire body. And it was like it lit my intuition on fire. I was not afraid anymore to show up and know what I knew, and to live that and to express that. And then my gift of seeing other people also exploded. Through just sharing and talking with people, I could channel messages that were very spot on, that were very loving, that were very, some people will say psychic, I say oracle, some people, messages from spirit, however you want to think about it. They were loving messages that were spot on for guidance. And that's really how my oracle business came through, was starting with cards, which was really just a tool to be able to channel the messages that I knew I had for people. And that was kind of a long story, but did that answer some of the questions about how you might, and also how I came into my intuition?
Yeah, no, I love that. I love that. I love that you shared that your intuition is one of your superpowers, because I feel like that is something that a lot of us as moms too. I mean, everybody has it, but I almost feel like as moms you get more of like a spidey sense with it that's
Mm-hmm.
like attached to it, because you have other people that you are also, serving, guiding, and teaching things to, right? And it's interesting how we can get into this, like, I guess, inner turmoil of knowing or feeling the, maybe it's a choice. I'll say a choice, right? Like, you get the intuition, you get the feeling, the knowing, um, of something, and then literally right away, we either pitch it, like, "No, that's not a thing," and you pitch it, and then later it comes back and you're like, "I knew, I knew." That's also like a validation of your intuition, right? Like, it's a validation of it being
Yeah,
there.
it
It's
is.
because I knew that at that time and I didn't listen. And you even, like, how many stories have you been talking to, like, your girlfriends or whatever, and you've heard that, like, "I knew this, and then when this happened, then I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't listen. I just pitched it to the side and I totally knew, and I should have followed my, whatever, shoulda, coulda, woulda." But like,
Mm-hmm.
it's at least the positive part of that is, like, at least you recognize that you felt it and you know how it came to you and you knew it was there. So it's like, okay, noted, right? So take that as a note. And when it comes again like that, then you know this is it. This is my intuition. And what do you have to lose to follow it? Right? It's
You
guiding
have
you in a loving
everything.
way. It's like it's guiding you in a loving, directive way of what you're supposed to be doing. Or when I say supposed to be doing, it's it's guiding you in the way of the direction, right, of what you can do, and you have a choice instantly whether to listen to it or not, and sometimes it can be hard and you do pitch it, but sometimes you do listen to it, and when you do listen to it, like your example, like, look at how cool that was. Look at how better it was for you. You guys moved directly into a 4-bedroom house, and you weren't in a 1-bedroom, just by following your intuition, right? So,
Mhm.
it's it's always like interesting to me, and I get super curious about the whole battle of that, which is why me personally, why I go into really understanding my what I call brain dragon, because I feel like that has a weight of the choice on whether or not you want to follow your intuition, and why you choose to pitch it or not to pitch it. It's like, are you listening to that little ear? Like, are you listening to that little thing? Are you really truly listening to what you're feeling, and your gut feeling, if you will, your intuition, if you will? So I've always been curious about that. Do you find like, do you find that when you get your intuition, like, is your intuition I see, I'm getting all curious now. So, like, is your
Yeah.
intuition, like, super loud, so when it comes in, it's just like a hell yes knowing, like, you just know whether it's a hard no or hell yes, is it like that for you? And like the brain dragon, just because we're always going to be taming that dragon, we're always going to be working with it. Is your dragon voice like super quiet? It's like, no. And then your intuition's like, no. You know what I mean? Like, is it like that? Like, is it like that for you? Or how does that work
So
with you?
I would say that 95% of the time I can recognize what you call your brain dragon, and I know it's fear that's keeping me away from doing something that is different or is the right, meaning appropriate choice for alignment with my desires or how I want to live my life. I can 95% of the time identify when it's a voice of fear. And man, that has a hold, that has a real big hold,
Mhm.
because I think oftentimes there's a lot of weight and energy attached to your results, of what you desire, right? You're like, there's a lot at stake here. What if it's wrong? Or what if it's usually the what ifs
Right.
that can help you identify that it's fear. Your intuition is like, at least for me, it comes across as a knowing this is the right appropriate move, knowing this is not the appropriate or right move for me, or this is a yes or this is a no. I have this other element though that I have to introduce, and it is inspiration, because I am quite often always inspired, right? And when something comes through, I can be so wrapped up in that inspiration that I am just like buzzing with that energy. If I don't fall back and drop into my sacral or my gut, I don't always get the answer if it's a yes or a no for me, because I'm so taken by the inspiration and the ideas that come through. Like, I am an idea generator. I can just have these ideas come through. I love them. They're not always for me. Sometimes they are for me. I can get taken away by this inspiration. So I really do need to drop in so I can know that knowing. Yes, it's for me. No, it's not for me. Yes, that's a rad idea, but no, it's not for me right now. That's something to give to somebody else. The voice of fear, though, is usually when I have a weight of attachment to a certain result. And if I start to bring in my mind, that's the thing that's going to bring you back and forth. What if you do this, if you do that, what if this happens? That's never intuition. Intuition for me, and again, this is why it's really important for you to build your own relationship with what you know is true for you. What you know is your intuition speaking or feeling through you and showing up in your life, so that you can go, oh, it's a yes. I don't need to be worrying right now about the how or the logistics of it, or if it doesn't work out, or if this works out. It's like, what does your intuition say? It says yes. So move forward in that.
Mm-hmm. I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing all this juicy goodness. And thanks for taking your time to be on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
I just want to say thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, learned something new, or got a juicy takeaway that will bring in that heck yeah back into your life. I release a new episode each week, so make sure to subscribe. If you love the show, want to share a story, comment below. If you know someone that would love or need this episode, be sure to share it with them. I'm sure they would love you for it. Tag me and find me on social media at Ignited Decisions on Instagram and Shauna with Ignited Decisions on Facebook. I would love to know what episode you listened to and how it helped you, as well as connect on social. Okay, mamas, claim your time and release your inner power.